2. Arguments no flat earther can answer. Now, according to flat earthers, the earth is flat and is circled by the sun and moon, which are oddly very close to the earth's surface. Now, I'm not strawmanning their position. I've studied the flat earth theory, and this ridiculous notion is literally what they believe. Now, the short and easy way to debunk this is to ask yourself the question, what happens during a lunar eclipse? Now, during a lunar eclipse, the Earth's shadow is projected onto the moon using the light from the sun. But this is impossible according to the flat Earth theory. Now, as I mentioned, according to their theory, the moon and the sun both circle the Earth from above. And so, to project the Earth's shadow onto the moon would be absolutely impossible. Now, I've used this argument pretty much with every single flat earther I've spoken with, and they always ignore the argument completely, or they'll use a red herring fallacy to try and escape the argument. And when I see this cognitive bias on their part, I just usually end the discussion right there because they're not being intellectually honest in the conversation. Now, the second way to easily debunk any flat earther is using gravity. However, once again, we're using science to debunk the flat earth, and as we all know, flat earthers are science deniers, so this argument isn't going to go well with them. Now, according to the theory of gravity, and this is an actual theory with scientific evidence and validity behind it, unlike the flat earth theory, everything gravitates towards the center of mass. So on a round earth, everything would be gravitating towards the middle of the earth. So we have no problem on a round earth. However, contrary to the famous memes about cats pushing everything off the edge of a flat earth, the reality is that gravity on a flat earth would be completely different than gravity on earth as we know it. Because everything gravitates towards the center, and the flat earth is a disk, everything would be gravitating towards the middle of that disk. So the further away you get away from that disk, the heavier you would be, and so it would be impossible to go off the edge. And then the closer you get to the middle of that disk, the lighter you would be. So on a flat earth, people would weigh differently depending on where they are located on the earth. So that means, say you took a flight from Japan to America, and you got on the scale before you flew from Japan, and you got on a scale after you landed in America. Technically, on a flat earth, you should weigh significantly more or less depending on where you're located. We do not see this anomaly on our Earth, so this alone debunks the flat Earth. Now, I've only really been able to change the mind of one particular flat earther, and it was really only because they were a coworker and I had great rapport with them. Otherwise, most flat earthers, because they are science deniers, they will completely ignore these two arguments, and they will try to change the subject, or use a red herring, or pull any other fallacy they can out of their clownish hat. Now, if you want to follow a channel that very thoroughly debunks every single flat earth argument ever made, I would highly suggest you follow Simon Dan, as his channel is great at debunking all the flat earthers. If you like that video, maybe you would like this one.